Infiniti launched the QX80's predecessor, the QX56, when environmentalists were torching Hummers and energy experts claimed peak oil would dry out the world's reserves within decades. During the 2004 model year, its first gas prices crested at more than $2 per gallon, prompting more predictions that big SUVs would soon be extinct. Exactly none of that happened. Since Infiniti renamed the second-generation QX56 as the QX80 for 2014 and then refreshed it for 2015, sales of luxury SUVs and crossovers have been on fire. For 2018, Infiniti has updated the QX80 a second time. After driving it in Charleston, South Carolina, we'd suggest no surprise given its age that it may still need a few more tweaks. Same bulk, less hulk. While the QX80 keeps its imposing presence, Senior Product Manager Anand Patel admits that too many customers could not get over the styling. He's talking about its brutish face that was part tractor-trailer, part 1930s-era Chrysler Airflow. By raising the headlights 3.9 inches, slimming their openings, toning down the thick chrome grille, and revising the entire lower fascia, Infiniti designers looked to mimic the gorgeous Q60 coupe and get it to work on this large SUV. We think they did a good job. Head-on, the QX80 has become a handsome fellow. At the rear, a widened chrome strip connects new LED taillights, although the bumper-mounted incandescent turn signals are the one odd disconnect. The hulking 22-inch wheels 20s are standard, high step in height, and lofty greenhouse carryover. 3 new or revised colors are available, all at extra charge. Moonstone white is bright and pearlescent, mineral black adds some copper sparkle in the dark, and our favorite, champagne quartz, was said to be inspired by ancient French caves. Inside, Infiniti now offers saddle brown semi-aniline leather when buyers select the $5,700 deluxe technology package that requires $8,150 in additional options, and the $2,450 theater package's rear seat entertainment screens have been widened by an inch to 8.0 inches. A digital rearview mirror, much like those in the Cadillac CT6 and the Chevrolet Bolt EV, shows a feed from a camera cleverly hidden in the rear glass. The camera's view can be adjusted vertically, and unlike in those competitors, it remains clear in inclement weather because it looks through an area on the backlight that's kept clean by the rear wiper. Because QX80 drivers bring giant mugs into their vehicles, the front 2 cuff holders feature handle cutouts, and the USB ports are relocated to the dashboard instead of buried in the central cubby, which is also slightly deeper. The optional Bose stereo adds 2 more speakers, for a total of 15, and there's a new shifter knob. Gotta get back in time.
What hasn't changed significantly are the underpinnings of this body-on-frame, truck-based SUV, which follows the same formula as the big Detroit contenders such as the Chevy Tahoe/Suburban, the GMC Yukon, and the Cadillac Escalade. Weaving the QX80 through tight urban streets is akin to being a right tackle pushing his way to the bathroom in a crowded restaurant. You're fully aware of the QX80's potential to bruise, smash, and crush smaller objects into submission, except that the light steering masks the vehicle's 3-ton mass. The steering doesn't communicate anything, the vehicle instead preferring dead straight lines and the gentlest of curves. The loaded example we drove had Infiniti's hydraulic body motion control, which replaces the need for anti-roll bars by hydraulically connecting the dampers. Both the Toyota 4Runner and McLaren's cars have similar roll mitigation systems available, but the QX80 handles clumsily all the same. Perhaps for amusement or warning, Infiniti hides an accelerometer within the infotainment display that has a maximum reading of 0.5 G. During our last test of the 2016 model, the QX80 managed to tilt itself around our skid pad to an average of 0.72 G. There's no masking the top heaviness, and although the ride is generally composed and plush, small bumps upset the live rear axle setup where they'd be easily dispatched by Range Rover or a Mercedes-Benz GLS. While the rear employs self-leveling air springs, the suspension firmness and height are non-adjustable. The 5.6-litre V8 shared in varying levels of tune with the mechanically similar Nissan Armada, the Titan pickup, and the Infiniti Q70 sedan is an oldie but a goodie. In the QX80, the V8's naturally aspirated 400 horsepower and 413 lb-ft of torque hustle this bruiser up to speed in short order, its deep roar seeping pleasantly into the cabin. The 7-speed automatic is smooth and unobtrusive, and it does without a sport mode or paddle shifters. There's no doubting the QX80's ability to lug 7 people or, with the $250 second row bench 8, and to tow up to 8,500 pounds. Despite excessive nosedive, the brakes are also reassuring when someone cuts you off. Can I have your monograph? Infiniti drapes the interior in soft leather with attractive stitching and quality fit and finish. There's enough room to stretch out, although as in General Motors SUVs the high floor lessens headroom in the rear 2 rows. It's a comfortable place to burn hundreds of miles at a time, yet the QX80 is missing some key items given that the price can surge past $80,000. With all options ticked, there's no panoramic sunroof extending to the second and third rows, a head-up display, massaging seats, or wireless device charging. Not here. The displays are throwbacks to an earlier electronic age. Coffee makers and hotel clock radios have sharper, larger screens than the tiny monochrome rectangle sandwiched between the analog gauges. The 8.0-inch central touchscreen is quick to respond and better organized than the dual display setup in the Q60 Coupe, but the navigation maps resemble crude color line drawings. And while we're happy to see so many physical buttons and switches, the grey plastic looks just as cheap here as it does in the Nissan Titan. Most disappointing are the thin doors, which open and close with a hollow, tinny pang, belying the QX80's heft. As it stands, the QX80 feels as outdated and unwieldy to drive as the Lexus LX570. That vehicle's fresher electronics and nicer interior appointments make it more bearable. However, if you must have a truck-based SUV with a 2-speed transfer case, the all-new Lincoln Navigator is better dressed while offering a more modern-feeling cabin and superior fuel economy. Nissan's own Armada Platinum Reserve, which makes it out at about where the QX80's price starts, has most of the Infiniti's grunt and luxury features. This still is a successful SUV, outselling the LX570 3-to-1 and going toe-to-toe with the Range Rover at roughly 17,000 units per year while falling shy of the Cadillac, which has been moving at an annual clip of almost 40,000. Infiniti execs promise that by the 2018 New York Auto Show we'll see an even fancier QX80 along the lines of the monograph concept, with a price approaching $100,000. Perhaps that version will offer a more modern and better equipped luxury SUV experience befitting its price.